friends, Angela here.
Matty Rock here. How we doing?
Okay, you can see we are on location. Yep, and if you can see the logo kind of behind Matty Rock here, that's Sanj Patel. We are in Sanj's smoke shop in New Jersey. That's his logo. And like I said, we're on location. It's going to be a great day. We have Matty Rock here. I have known him for a while now, and it's been my pleasure to finally have him sitting right next to me. It's just going to be a great podcast. So let me just break this down before we, of course, do the cheers, do the cut and light. We're going to get to maybe a couple jokes, maybe the music portion of the Poodles and Music podcast, right? And remember, I'll put that here. Whatever we talk about music-wise today, it will be on your public playlist on Spotify under the name of the podcast, right? Poodles and Music playlist for you. And then we'll get to our toast and we'll close it out. And before I cut and light and all that, you have anything to say to welcome?
First and foremost, thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, it's Matty Rock time. No, just playing.
No.
First and foremost,
Thank
you so much for having me on the show. It's an honor. I appreciate you spending time coming out here to come see me. I'm glad I can talk to all you guys and gals, so much appreciated. This was pretty cool to do.
Thank you. Well, it's
You got
my pleasure. Okay, so as you see, Matty Rock, he's already cut and lit. And what do you have? We have some of Sanj's personal bests today.
So you guys aren't going to be able to see, but zoom in a little bit. So I'm smoking a Charisma by Sanj Patel and Alirio Diaz. But to give you a full break, and maybe I should just go scream for the man of the house.
Yeah, sure.
Watch this. Oh, Sanj! There's the awkward silence. I'm waiting for Sanj. The man of the hour is coming, and you know what? Who better to tell you about Sanj's cigar and Illyria's cigar than Sanj? Watch this. I'm going to do a quick tap. Hold on. I'm going to tap Sanj in.
Yeah, because come on this side of the mic. Welcome, because we are in your cigars. Yeah, just talk up into the mic. Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
It's the beautiful, handsome, and great
He
Sanj
is
Patel.
beautiful, right?
She's talking about Matty.
He is. No, I mean, you always have like a perfect beard, everything.
Yes.
So, while I cut and light, why don't you give us a little? If you could, maybe Matty actually grab the pole there. We need to bring the mic a little bit closer to Sanj.
Sure. Why don't you just stick it in my throat?
Whoa, hey!
Hey!
Watch
This is
yourself
a PG.
Watch yourself over
here. You know
here.
what's crazy? On YouTube, I get like shadow banned. I was doing more like just, you could curse, you could this, you could that. And I was actually playing certain music and I was getting...
Yeah.
So now they're like, you can't
say... YouTube is messed up.
It is.
So, we go live 3 times a week on every social media platform. But YouTube, as soon as we do it, we delete it. Mm-hmm. So we have viewers. So we get viewers. Earlier when you came, we were live. We got almost 1,800 to 2,200 viewers all together.
Live. But you don't keep it.
That's why you got to say
so some platforms like Rumble, we keep it.
Of course.
Instagram, we keep it, But YouTube, especially with the tobacco industry, it's so much monetized stuff that they just take it off, So
I know, that's the problem. I'm trying to grow, and it's like...
Yeah.
But... So there's no dead air there. I'm gonna cut and light your silver. But if you want to start talking about the charisma,
what do you need to know? So we
do wrapper, filler, binder here, and then whatever nice background you want to give us.
Yeah, so
we do a small amount of cigar education on here.
Yeah, of course. Education's always good, right? So a lot of people don't know. They think that we just came out with the brand just recently, but I'm in the business since 1992. So the original cigars we had was called SP1014 Red and SP1014 Black.
For Sanj Patel.
Right.
Actually,
and
can you tell me? I don't know what 1014 stands for.
October 14, that's my birthday.
All right.
So,
I'm October 24th. All
there you go.
Are you Scorpio?
No, Libra.
I'm on the cusp. Okay,
yeah, you're the leftover Libra. But
see that? I was the lame one saying 101. I was on some show saying 1014. Like ridiculous. It's 1014, people.
Yeah,
I
So,
right.
So, Paul, grab me one of each of my cigars, please. We manufacture cigars since 1992. We have the shop since 1992, and back in the days, we only sold our cigars here, right? We never distributed to anywhere. So in 2000, late 2008, early 2009, the company, my thing is construction, my thing is quality, right? I'm not responsible for someone's palate. So, what may be spicy for me, it may not be spicy for someone else. So palate is not my thing, right? So I was in a lot of blog and podcasts, and one question came like repeatedly, and it kind of bothered me that people always say, and I never forget, I was on a TLE podcast, and they used to do a lot of recording out of here, and a lot of people would ask questions that why the cigar prices are going up, why the cigar prices are going up, why the cigar prices are, and I said simply, I
Back in
said.
the 90s, though, you're saying.
No, no, no,
I
no,
was
no.
gonna say, because did the boom in the
97.
yeah, did that affect? Was that I was assuming that's why people were saying why are the prices going up to kind of match
Right. So today,
supply
so
and
this
demand.
was
People take
about
advantage of
yeah,
it.
this was about 7 years ago when this
Okay,
happened.
so you're saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are asking me why 90 cigars were good and prices were right and same companies what changed, and I said simply it was, listen, our podcast, if you look at us, it's always education, always truth, and that's all is to it. So I said that's just simply manufacturers' greed. So they're like, and then I said it right there and there on their podcast, I revise all my cigars, and we're gonna prove a point. So this cigar, SP1014 Red,
Nice. Yeah. I think
which
I've
is
featured that
feel
many
it,
times.
yeah, feel it, zero give. This is how cigars should be made. This cigar in '92 was $8. Today is $8.
I know.
This cigar was $8.50.
Yeah. See, now on this, we can't tell you to buy on here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
No
will-
one's
I
buying
will
it. This
put-
is
yeah,
educational.
But I will just let you all
Yeah.
know that I
So-
have featured those, the flavor
Yeah.
profile on the SP red.
So SP Red is a Dominican Corojo Puro construction. So construction on this cigar, there is no other cigar made this way, and the prices. So the SP Red is a Dominican Corojo Puro wrapper, which is 5 years old. Binder and filler, it's also Dominican, which is 3 years old. And once the cigar is made, we rest it for full 365 days. And the beautiful thing about these cigars, every single cigar gets weighed 5 times before it goes into the package. Now, there is no other cigar made in the industry this way. So the reason we leave this closed foot.
Yes.
So a lot of companies don't leave a closed foot.
I like the close. I personally
So
like
do you
it.
know the purpose behind closed foot?
Well, for me, and educate me, I feel like when I light it, it helps with the flavor profile.
No, so you're right. You're semi right. So the whole concept and theory behind this, right? It's very simple. So your 75% of flavor in any cigar comes from wrapper. So when you have a closed foot wrapper, what happens is when you light it, you taste that first wrapper.
Yeah.
Then once you hit the binder and filler, it kind of blends into it. So that tells you how old and how well aged wrapper is. So now I'm gonna show you something, right? This
He's got a knife.
yeah, this is a robusto. Look, I didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Pull it like you smoking it. See if you have any draw issues. Feel how firm the cigar
Yeah,
is.
this is a beautiful cigar.
Anybody
You want me to take a cold draw?
yeah,
You're saying?
anybody would touch that cigar.
Oh yeah. See, it's nice and it's open.
Right.
Yeah.
So anybody would touch that cigar or
Yeah.
feel that cigar.
Yeah.
This always dried. It's not going to burn right. It's not going to
No,
pull right.
no.
But this is how cigars should be made. Now, anytime you cut a cigar open, any cigar, the tobacco you should be able to thumb it like a piece, notebook.
Yeah.
Right. So look, this is done live. So no gimmicks here.
Yeah.
No nothing. I'm going to cut it.
Oh,
I wish I had a sharper knife. But there you go. So see.
Wow, we're getting a good education
Yeah.
today.
So this is how.
We'll have to show it up close.
Yeah, we will. So this is how cigar should be made. Watch this. You can't even open it,
I'll have
right?
to zoom in on that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cut it even more. There you go. Every tobacco in it, and that's why you're having a hard time cutting this cigar. This okay. We clean it up. Look at this tobacco.
Yeah,
See?
like a book.
Yeah.
Paper.
See?
Yeah, there's no loose filler in
No,
it.
no
Oh
loose
yeah, I gotta
fillers.
show that up close. That is
Right?
beautiful. Yeah, that's exactly what you
Yeah.
want.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
how
these-
cigars should be made.
Yeah,
And
this-
for $8, this cigars, a lot of retail, a lot
have
of
to
manufacturers.
zoom- I'll have to zoom in.
Here,
It's like a
I'll
book.
walk up
Yeah.
there. So this is how cigars should be made. So you see, like notebook. This is long filler. This is how every cigar should be made. See? This $8 MSRP cigar. So our goal with the cigar and stuff like that is to have ultra premium cigars. We make cigars called, we have funny names on cigars. We have SP Black, same concept. Now this is blended by, first one, the SP Red is blended by me and Chico Rivas.
I'm gonna keep. Can I keep?
Yeah,
this?
of
I'm
course.
gonna put this on my
Yeah.
shelf in my podcast
So
studio.
here, same thing with
But
same
don't cut that
same
one.
cut.
I'm
No,
gonna be
no,
smoking
but
that.
you see, feel the
It's
construction
like,
of it.
ooh.
Yeah,
So-
Sanj likes using knives too much.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
So this is
'Cause
how
I know
cigars should be
they're
made,
con-
right?
It's a consumer product, right? So
Yeah.
I treat this as if I'm, it's a chef-made steak. I mean,
Absolutely,
this is
100%.
yeah,
But
yeah.
look, did you go to college?
Oh yeah,
It costs you money, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so this is education. So if you waste $8 cigar, it's nothing
It's-
compared
yeah.
to what you're educating
100%.
people. So for me, a lot of times I cut cigars open and they
Yeah.
can't figure out why.
yeah.
And I said, my thing is, it's very important for you. I could sit here, they can feel this. You can't.
Yeah.
They can't. So you have to prove it.
Oh, yeah,
And
no,
you have to
that's-
show it
that's
to
really
them
cool.
and say, this
yeah.
is what we do. So look, all our cigars.
And have you been making this in the same factory for all this
Yes,
time since
yes,
the 90s?
yes.
Yeah.
So, and then we have cigars. Our most expensive cigar is Antra, right?
Yes.
Which is benefit SIDS Foundation. So 2004, I lost my daughter to SIDS. Since then, we make one cigar every year. So since COVID, this is the first time we had an opportunity. This is very unique because this is the only cigar in the industry today. It's 7x43.
Yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
one
I've
of the
had that. That's a beautiful,
yeah.
another beautiful cigar.
It's one of the hardest ratio to make, and all tobacco. The youngest tobacco in the cigar, it's 10 years, and the rest of it is older.
Yeah.
So whole concept and idea here is to you could have great stuff at great price. We actually launching next month, something called gas station sushi. There's Lonsdale, there's Toro, and there's Churchill.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
All
you just
cigars.
put out the Charisma. No, you just
Yeah.
put this one out.
Yeah,
right?
that's the silver.
This one came out. When did this
Silver.
just drop?
This came out about a year ago. Not even a year ago.
okay.
This year.
So you
Yeah.
and then now you what in the next couple Christmas time? Well, this by the
January.
time I edit. Okay, when I edit this and get it up, it'll probably be in time. But
Yeah. Google our name and you'll see where to get it. But the whole idea is the gas station sushi. Any size, it's $5.50 MSRP.
wow, any size?
Any size.
Wow.
And
that's-
guess what? No
But now
compromise
what-
in the
can
construction.
I ask you now? See, I'm a business person.
Yeah.
I actually have, please. I tell people I have a master's. I don't know anything, but it's in entrepreneurism, this and that. Now, do people say, "Son, like when you just want?" Because everyone would want the bigger one, but you would say no because people would want a certain size because of the flavor profile. So
Right.
that doesn't concern you, like that. It's the same price for
No, because
yeah.
for us, so under Project Kill the Industry,
Yeah.
that's what we started.
Yeah.
And my goal is to bring under $7 cigars
all the time, yeah.
all the time.
That's what you. That's what put you on my radar was the industry killer,
Right.
Which I think was $8, barely
$6.
Yeah, it's like I'll definitely put check out my other video on that because that is bar none. I
Yeah.
mean, it's as good. I don't know how to say it any better, but like I don't want to say it wrong, but a $40 stick
Yeah.
for this. It's like
But
for
it-
your industry killer. It's
Yeah,
like
but-
put it next to a $40 stick,
Yeah.
and I dare say it's better.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say.
But if you see a lot of independent review guys that review cigars, very well-known cigar review
Yeah.
guys, they have rated my industry killer #1 over 30, 40, 50, $60 cigars. They do top 5 cigars. Our cigars get #1 every year.
Yeah, and you can
So,
blind taste it.
Yeah,
It's
and look,
we're not-
the
we're telling-
the gas
telling the
station sushi, what
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah.
Anybody orders any order from our website, entire month of December. Cigars are not even here yet, but we
get it.
giving them all one free cigar to try it before they buy it. So how many companies do something like that?
None that I know of.
We do it because we have 100% confidence. And just today, earlier, people who got their orders and stuff, and we sent them, they all raved about it. He said, "How is this possible that you're selling this cigar for $5.50?"
Yeah, I don't believe it myself. It's like
so
awesome.
so it's
We're benefiting from it.
yeah. So it's a entire thing that we're doing is just to prove a point that you could do phenomenal smokes for less than $10. And again, keep in mind, I'm nobody. No, I'm saying, but
Well,
unless
this is in the cigar world. In the cigar world, I'm sorry, you are.
no, but in the cigar world,
yeah.
I'm nobody in a sense. What I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
I don't have. I'm not capable of buying. I'm not capable of making 5 million, 10 million
Right.
cigars.
Right.
Right. We produce only 250,000 cigars per size annually.
Yeah.
Right. So it may seem like a lot of cigars, but they not.
250 just overall.
One size,
Not
no.
saying okay.
One
yeah.
size.
So you're
So-
saying you put out 250 silvers,
250
blacks.
No. Per size.
Okay.
So we have on silver, we have 3 sizes.
Okay, so then-
So 750,000.
Okay, so
but
yeah.
if you divide 250,000 cigars,
Yeah.
right, by 25, it's only 10,000 boxes annually. We have 50 retail partners in U.S. We don't do any more business with anyone else. So then if you break that number down, so guess what? It's 6.5 boxes per month per shop. So, if
In
you
the
break
scheme
it
of
down,
things, you're
right.
saying, yeah.
It's, we're
Yeah.
nobody.
Like when they
But-
say it's only 35 cents a day to join the
Right.
subscription.
Right.
I see
But,
what you're saying.
if
Yeah.
someone like us, very small
Yeah,
company,
yeah.
could do and produce stuff, and people have challenged this, and I said challenge it.
Yeah.
So any cigar, bring a size by size, put
Yeah.
on a digital scale.
Yeah.
Our cigars are the heaviest weight cigars. So tobacco's commodity. So
Yeah,
if you,
I could feel, yes, you're right. It's
Yeah.
it's should I say it's not
Yeah.
dense? It is that you can.
it's very heavy.
Yeah.
Like a pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's
look
how
at the
cigars
ash.
should be made.
Matty
Yeah.
rocks a little bit off camera right now, but he's got a nice ash
Look.
on the
thanks.
charisma.
I've been working out.
His
Look.
ash. Look, I mean, and if you follow Sanj,
I'll show you my ash. Ooh. See that? That's quality.
that's nice ash.
Nice.
Yeah, you when you follow Sanj online, you see you get a lot of good ash
Yeah.
shots because they have some of the cigar clubs. They have the ash
Yeah,
contest.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yours would win. Listen, pick up a Sanj for this SP,
Yeah.
and you'll win every time.
Yeah, but so our goal is very simple, right? Produce great product at great prices. And no one I don't feel like, if you want anything else, right? You want something good, I don't think you should have that kind of, pricing. Especially I know what things cost. So like when I see a lot of the cigars, I always sit in all the podcasts and whatever I get invited as a speaker, I educate. My goal is to educate people. If someone came here for the first time looking for expensive cigars, I'm not selling them expensive cigars. I'm going to educate them. And then I leave the choice to them.
Yeah.
Right? And that is our goal. And, I think that's the way it should be. And, that's that.
Totally. That's why sometimes too, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I live up by the CIA. I'm by I'm in the Hudson Valley. So if you
Yeah.
for those that don't know, one time I did actually say that to someone. And they thought like the Pentagon. No, the CIA in the Hudson Valley in New York stands for Culinary Institute of America.
Institute,
I'm
right.
sure you guys know. But the thing of it is, like certain like the with the food trucks and this and that. But some of them are like. Five. It's not just like a dirty food truck. It's
Right.
it's a 5-star.
Yeah,
this and that,
absolutely.
chef, an actual
Yes.
graduate,
Yep. Quality
and
experience.
but you could get like a $6 taco,
Yeah.
or are you gonna go to like a high falutin restaurant? Like, so is that what you're saying? You could
Yeah.
get like a dish, or even pasta, right?
Yeah, anything.
Pasta. I mean, come on, I'm Italian. It costs $2 for you can
Yeah,
make
yeah.
Eliqua at home,
Yeah.
but then you go to the restaurant that's a little. And it's $30.
little
Yeah. Yeah.
foo-foo or bougie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
$30 for a plate of pasta. So is that what you're trying to say? You're
Yeah.
saying I know the cost of the
Yes,
raw
yes,
material,
yes,
tobacco.
yes,
Why am
absolutely.
I upcharging? It's kind of
Right.
like pasta.
Why people
like
are
I can
charged.
make pasta at
So,
home for
look,
$2, and it will be
just
still,
so education, information, right?
Yeah. It's very.
I would
important.
say 50% of the cigars, the boxes that they come in,
Yeah.
the boxes are more than the tobacco itself
You mean
inside.
for the other
A lot of
company
brands.
yeah,
Lot of brands.
100%, yeah.
So, and people tell me like our industry killer, I don't put in the
Yeah.
boxes,
Yeah.
bundles, right?
Yep. Yep.
Our RS88. And I tell people all the time, I'm not in a box making business.
Yeah.
I'm not in the art business. I'm in the tobacco business. I'm going to give you the best tobacco for money that you could buy.
Pound for pound, dollar
And
for dollar.
yeah,
penny for penny.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
No,
and,
that's a great point.
Yeah.
That actually is excellent point.
and hey, this is who we are.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people don't buy like industry killers and stuff because it's $6, and then you know they say, oh, there have no band in it. My thing is, you can smoke the band, you can smoke the box. Again, my job is tobacco, right? I'm in the tobacco business. I do tobacco. That's all.
I'll give you that. There's something for even me to think about. Listen, definitely comment below if you've never thought of that, because you're blowing my mind right now. Because a minute, but I'm
no
pushing.
different than
If
any
I'm
other
talking
industry,
about
right?
other.
But hold on. But
Wait a minute,
also,
we're cracking a
you know,
code here that we might not want to crack.
yeah. But here's the thing. You know, but the worst
We
thing
don't
about
want the other
worst,
heavy hitters to get mad at us.
no, they could get mad at us. They all know me. They all know my reputation. They all know that I don't hold bars.
Yeah.
This is the truth, right? Now, the worst part about cigar boxes, right?
Yeah.
You can't keep them because they warp. You can't make a jewelry box because they warp. You can't burn them in a fireplace
No, you can't
because
burn
you
them in a
have varnish
fireplace.
on it. So
Yeah.
you know you'll
Yeah.
create all kind of
Yeah,
chemical
actually,
stuff.
don't put
so
them in a fireplace.
right. So you know what do? Nothing. It sits. We throw out 300-400 boxes a week.
It's true, because one of my friends that owns a shop up by me, same. They just tossed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we just
yeah,
get rid of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
I mean, so idea is why spend so much money into something that you'll never be able to use or keep. So my thing is, hey, if I'm selling a cigar, what is my business? Cigars, right? What is my business? Make a great cigar. What is my business? To give people the experience that I have for very minimal money. It's possible.
So the red, what is different from the red and the silver? Is it any
Completely
of it?
different cigars.
100%.
100% different
So
cigars.
what type of tobacco? But it's all okay. But it's Dominican.
No.
No.
The silver is Nicaraguan.
Oh, okay. Is it a puro?
No.
No.
So it has a binder filler. It's Nicaraguan.
Okay.
And there are 5 Nicaraguan fillers in it, right?
Yeah.
And then there is a very old wrapper. So anything that we work with is old wrappers, right? So that's why you see this cigar when you retro, it gives you
Let's do
the
that,
malted milkshake.
Yeah.
Charisma, on the other hand, will give you straight out sugarcane notes to it, right? Red, if you into like Cuban cigars, it's nothing like it,
Yeah.
right? And then the
this is
black,
so good.
it has. This is 7 tobacco blend, so it's a Dominican binder and fillers. I mean wrapper and fillers, and the binder on it is Mexican San Andres Negro. So it's over ripened. Plus, it's aged in a bourbon barrel for a full year. So it also gives you that sweet, almost like a 60% cocoa,
Yes.
right?
And then
And it
once
gives you that deep taste to it.
Oh yeah, these are beautiful. And so once they're rolled and made, how long do you age them?
1 year.
All of them.
All of
them.
Everything rests for 1 year.
Yeah. And that stays at the factory.
Yes, and
then it
a
comes-
curing house.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Right? Who better to tell it than the horse's mouth and the horse and the mouth, right? There you go.
Well, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to
Of
tell
course.
us.
My pleasure. Yeah, listen, simple advice. Don't be afraid to have, listen, I always tell people, no matter where I go, I always end this with simple thing, right? There are good $2 cigars and there are garbage $20 cigars. Understand what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to try inexpensive. The thing is, if you're into a little bit into cigars and cigar business, you know who's who of the business. So there are a lot of people just come up with these fancy names and fancy price tags, right? But nothing fancy about the tobacco. And there are guys like us who do the right thing, work very hard at it to bring you the best prices that we can provide, right? I mean, find any of my cigars, go compare it price to price, weight to weight, flavor to flavor, and it's and that's why we always sell them out.
Yeah.
As soon as they come in, We sell them out. India, we're launching next year.
Oh
SP
yes,
India,
I saw that online. I can't
right?
wait.
Guess what? Our first order is 120,000 cigars coming,
Oh
right?
wow, that's gonna be great.
Yeah. So
Now, where are those tobaccos from?
that's from Nicaragua, I mean Dominican Republic, but the wrapper that we're using is certified 2006 wrapper. So it has a lot of age on the wrapper, right? Plus the Salomon that we're making. So this is called Salomon. This shape is called Salomon, right? So it's completely hand mashed. So no one does that anymore.
Okay, so let me see. Now, I would say this is a perfecto. Why am I wrong?
Well,
What's
perfecto,
What's a
perfecto.
Salomon?
Salomon is a little longer. Perfecto is a little shorter.
Okay, so it has
Like Torpedo versus Bellicoso.
Go walk this up there.
yeah, and that's on the market now.
No.
That's
This is the FFK.
Okay.
I'm just giving you an idea, but
Yeah.
the India is coming in March of
Yeah.
next year.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
And that tobacco, that cigar, that tobacco, it's from 2006, and we're only getting our first order is 120,000 cigars.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Already.
50% is spoken for.
Yeah.
People
course.
want it, and
Yeah.
they know that our name, they know who we are, and that's why as soon as we launch everything, it sells
It
out.
goes, yeah.
It
Now
sells out.
what type of So now we're in New Jersey. How far is your reach?
Well, we're all over. I mean, our cigars are all over. Our retail partners.
Like, is someone in Arizona? Can you in a shop there? Can they carry Sanj
No,
or no?
no. So we're in a very limited states right now. So look, every state we call 2 shops
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
And if they were on a board, and I told them all same thing. Hey, we're only accepting 50 retail partners.
Yeah.
And then people that didn't want it. People like, oh, and now they all regret it.
Oh well, they
So
gotta
now-
get on board, people.
Right. So now we're done with 50 shops until somebody drops out for
Yeah.
whatever reason. Then we'll open 51 shop. But, we're not doing it because simply I do not have cigars.
Are you in Connecticut? Can you walk into a shop in Connecticut and find you?
Yes.
Because we have partners, friends in Connecticut that. Yeah, okay, so look them up. So, well, we want to definitely thank you for hopping on. This was a pleasure and a treat. That's right. Put it, hashtag do good.
That's my hashtag.
Well, we'll see you again.
Good night. God bless. Thank you for having me.
Tag me in, baby.
Yeah. Matty
Where's my
Rock.
tag? Where's my tag? Bah!
Switcheroo.
I'm back. I could talk like I could talk like Morgan Stanley if that's what you'd like. Or Sean Connery, perhaps. Listen here, Rogue. Gonna talk about some cigars here
I
today.
like that. Yeah, let's hear that. Sean Connery, let's hear that.
Listen here, Rogue. Listen, I don't want to hear about you and your dirty $30 cigars. It's a ruse.
Oh, man. All right, so we just, we had a whole segment with Sanj, and that was really cool. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping into the mic.
Mic check, mic check.
Chick. All right, so we'll do a little background since this is the first time that you are here. I'm sure plenty of people know all about you, but for my viewers who don't know Matty Rock is, have you been living under a rock? I don't know. Because,
Oh, yay.
I do have to say though, because I do love Christopher Walken. Am I allowed to? Can we tell them?
You
were just
absolutely
telling me
may.
that his dad sounds like Christopher Walken, which is so cool. Because isn't Christopher Walken from Queens?
Yes, he's a New York guy. So when my father first came to this country, my dad had me when he was older. So he's 88. Obviously, back in those days, trying to speak perfect English was great. So maybe he has a tendency to over enunciate. Perhaps he's going to be in a movie or on film, or maybe play in Central Park to a large audience. And then if you tell my father he talks like this, he's going to go, I don't hear it. Yeah. It's always fun.
I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
Every time I'm going down.
Dad, do you need more cowbell? I'm not answering you, Matthew. Exactly that.
Oh, yeah, did you get him the shirt? More cowbell. Did you?
He'd have no idea what I was talking about. He'd just shake his head and be like, "Why do I have this shirt? I don't see the point." Yeah.
That's fun. We'd have a lot of fun with that in my house. All right, so we know that you are a major hitter in the cigar world. When I first met you, it was at a cigar barbecue for one of your
Yeah, for one of our charities up at our friend's place, Ed Randolph, Handsome Devil. Hey, Ed. How to say hey, Ed. But yeah, so we are now up to, wow, our fifth annual charity event for that. That's fantastic. But yep, I remember that. I think you were at the first or the second one, right?
Yeah, probably was at the second one. But the funny thing is, before I even knew you, I was at the Barn Smoker and then realized that you were part of that world too. So I was just like, wow. But what I'm trying to say is you're such a heavy hitter in the cigar world because you're at a lot of events. But now, do you educate us? You throw these events, or you're part of them as like? Because I know you do promotions.
So,
but how? Okay, I guess what I'm asking is, see, forgive me, Matty. Matty definitely is going to be like, never again.
I love her. Don't listen to her. Whatever she wants.
I'm gonna I will. If you give me a pillow, I will fall asleep right now. Which is nothing on him. It's all on me. I've been up, and you've been up. You said you've been.
Oh
up
yeah,
since
yeah.
5.
I've been up since 5 a.m.
This is crazy. Anyhow, enough of that. Enough of me just telling Matty 6 times how tired I am. What I'm trying to say is, I know that you do events. You've done events, and you're in the cigar world. Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Was someone like, oh, I see what you're doing over here. Can you do it for me for this cigar event over here? Or was it always like, how did those two worlds meet?
So I started smoking cigars when, don't be listening, FDA. I started smoking cigars like when I was 16 years old. So cigars have been a part of my life for a very, very long time. You're talking 30 years. So I started my promotion company all the way back when I was 17 years old, Rock the Galaxy Promotions. I did Battle of the Bands, I did everything else.
Yes, so that's Battle of the Bands, which is so cool.
So that's how I started as a promoter. And then I was smoking cigars, and I'd been around a couple of cigar events in my life. And years and years ago,
as a guest, you're saying, like as a guest?
No, just as a participant, years and years ago. Like 16 or 17, about 16 years ago, I got the opportunity to sit and talk with Jonathan Drew, JD, when he started going out on the road and doing events. And JD's like, you seem to be really good at this. And on the front end, I heard you've done promotions and everything else. You like cigars and everything else. He's like, hey, what if you start doing this with us? And, I jumped up like a giddy little schoolgirl, like, yeah! And I was in. And now fast forward all these years later, you see me out and about doing all these events, surrounded about tobacco and cigars and these experientials, which is, a piece of showing people how the industry works. Like when you do a barn smoker at Drew Estate, you're getting to see, seed to cigar, which is pretty wild, right? You've been and you've seen it.
Oh yeah, where it takes place, it's I'm coming from the Hudson Valley. It's in Connecticut. It's barely 2 hours from my house. Once I learned about the barn smoker, I was like, wow, we have this basically in our backyard. But that's what I'm saying. You as a lover of cigars, and you did, the Battle of the Bands, because the barn smoker, for those who haven't been, it's a life. It's quite an experience, especially not only if you love cigars, but you have the barbecue. Sometimes there's like a pig roast, I believe.
Yeah.
There's DJ music. There's the whole.
It's a full experiential.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the beauty of it. You really get into the mix. So people who love music and food. I work with some of the Food Network guys. Like I said, Ed Randolph, we were just talking about, has hosted some of our events and cooked for us, and Robert Austin Cho out of Kimchi Smoke, and we've had Tank from Holy City Hogs, and we'd have Chef Brian Duff. We've had Boom Boom Barbecue. We've had Five Monkeys, my boy George. And so bringing all these things into the experiential, matching up the cigars, a bunch of different liquor vendors, as you know, Blackened Whiskey. That's the partner on the Blackened cigars. So Rob Dietrich moving in on that. And it's awesome to bring all these different components together all under one roof. So for an enthusiast of all those things, what's cooler than having top-notch chefs, top-notch liquor, top-notch cigars, and learning about what you're smoking? Yeah. That's, it's an absolutely enthralling event.
And I love the education of it. I'm a student of all things, and I love the history of things. So that's why the barn smoker, it just delivers all that, because you walk through the literal tobacco fields of the Connecticut broadleaf, right? And like you said, they show you, they have rolling you could roll your own cigar. They could give you an example They have a rolling booth. It's really
And that's
cool.
why I call it seed to stick. So you really get to learn. And look, I've done so many of them. I still love them the same exact ways from when I've done the first one. I can't tell. I don't know. I guess 30 of them are in the books, 35, 40 of them are in the books. And I've never lost my love of doing them or being around it. It's so much fun to anybody out there listening that showed up. I love getting to see all you guys and gals show up at these events. That's truly one of the most amazing things is the camaraderie that we all have together.
Totally.
And like I said, you have great components. We talk about the music component as a DJ. I know you love that. So we have DJ Eli out there spinning. Everyone loves DJ. So you get to bring all these things together.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's no better word. It is truly an experiential
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. So and I see Drew Estate is now. Do you don't work for Drew Estate? Is that you're independent?
Right. Right. So, but, like I said, loyalty.
collab with them.
Yeah. So loyalty, I think, is everything. And Drew Estate is and will always be my family. Love them all to bits. That's, Drew Estate is part of who I am. And I consider him my family. So 9 out of 10 times, obviously, Sanj is my brother, whatever Sanj needs. So again, it's all about loyalty. You'll see stuff that I'm working with Paulie from the Bronx, because when you talk about your history and where you come from, never forget where you came from. My mother was born in the Bronx. Her mother was born in the Bronx. I was conceived in the Bronx. Born in Astoria, Queens. And I think having that history and having that as part of who you are and showing the world, I think that's also important. So very, very few companies that I work with. But like I said, it's part of who I am. It's part of sharing that experience.
Who's Paulie? The guy that's putting out
Paulie DeSilva. So Bronx Tale. So that's
Bronx
Bronx
Tale.
Tale. So when you see Chaz Palminteri
Yeah.
Cigars and Chaz's Wine, that's what we're
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about.
okay.
Casa La Grande and Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. So that's about as old school Bronx as you get when you go out there to La Casa Grande and Arthur Avenue. So if you're cruising through the Bronx, make that one of your stops.
So what I want to know about like the barn smoker and stuff, because I know it's like in Kentucky, right? You go to Pennsylvania. So do you go to each one? Like,
Yeah,
you
I
go
work.
from
I work
state to
all. Yep,
state? Yeah.
I work all the barn smokers. Correct.
Because now, did you meet Jonathan? Because he's from Brooklyn, right? Isn't he?
Yep, JD is out from Long Island. Yep, so JD
But
is
did
out
you
in Long
meet
Island.
him organically, like just as
So,
friends? Or
Yeah, I met him at an event 16 or 17 years ago at the Atlantic City.
Not okay. See,
Food
that's
and Wine
what I
Fest.
missed. You probably not at a Drew Estate event. At
It-
just some other.
It was another event
Yeah,
where
okay,
they were
that's what I
hosting Drew Estate Cigars,
Okay,
and
yeah,
lo and behold,
because-
JD and I were there. Now, I had bumped into him a couple other times, talk about how crazy small the world is. I worked in the World Trade Center, and that's where his kiosk is, so I probably walked by JD countless amounts of times.
yeah.
So crazy how small the world is, and,
100
serendipity, right?
It totally is, because so what now? Drew Estate is in Germany now, right? Or just in Europe?
Drew Estate is out of Nicaragua, is out of Esteli, Nicaragua.
I mean the cigars now they sell them overseas. Right?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Estate is truly an international brand. Like if you
yeah.
go online and Instagram, anybody who's following Drew Estate, if you're not aware, you can also follow Drew Estate International, so you can watch everything that goes on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I knew, but is that more recent or no?
No, it's been a bit. They've had
Okay.
distribution and everything for a while. So I think the best way to learn about it, if you're not familiar with it, just go drop onto the. I think it's just Drew Estate International, and you'll see the brands that go out to Asia and to Europe and everything else.
Okay, good.
And they've
See,
been
I'm
out in
getting a good
Dortmund.
education.
See, what you're thinking about is a big show they had out in Dortmund, probably. So that's where they go to do the big international show every year. Is out in Dortmund, and Drew Estate goes out there and does that event for international.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. Because I wanted to say, could there be a barn smoker overseas? Because I know Italy has tobacco fields, but where else in Europe do you know? Like, could there be a barn smoker?
Now I like the idea of going to Europe for a barn smoker.
That's what I'm saying.
You listening, JD? Barn smoker, Europe? Now I'm probably going to get smacked around when he sees me. Yeah.
Okay, so I love like the origin stories of how people like for me to smoke the cigar, it was implanted since I was basically I guess 6 years old. Smelling my uncles chewing on cigars. So for you, you said you started as a teen, this and that, but like. And I know a little bit about your story. You probably had mentioned it at the cigar barbecue when you went up to Canada and all that. But aside from when you started smoking, was there something also already in, like, say, like in your family or in your neighborhood that you smelled a pipe or this and that, and you were like, did you ever think, like, let's say, for argument's sake, when you were like 12, oh, I want to smoke a cigar one day. That looks cool. Or it just sort of happened when you were like in high school.
I think so there was a tobacco store not too far from where we lived. It was actually across the street. This is how I'm old. By the record store where I buy records.
Vinyl.
Vinyl. You heard that correctly. Not the resurgence of now vinyl, but old because I'm old. There's a tobacco store there that was sold pipe tobacco and cigars, and I'd always thought, I'm like, you know what, cigar smoking looks really, really classy. I'm like, this will be really, really cool. So that kind of got embedded in my brain. I remember the excitement of going up to Montreal. So, the first time everyone goes, what was some of your first experiences smoking cigars? And, this is where you don't get to laugh with me. You can laugh at me. So I go up there with my crew, in Montreal, you can legally drink and smoke at 18, and like I had a beard since I was like 6, and I was always big, so they didn't even blink when I was up there at 17. So I'm like, I heard you can get Cuban cigars up there. This is badass. We're gonna be ballers and rollers. I'm gonna go since my father's Belgian. I speak some French, so I give myself some street cred. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Je veux le trois cigar de Cubano, s'il vous plaît. And I'm not thinking about what the costs in these Cuban cigars are. So all I'm thinking,
But you knew to carry yourself well.
yeah.
Were you ever fearful for a split second? Like, is this guy gonna ask for my age? And
no,
you just carried yourself.
I carried myself fine
I like that.
and fine until I heard the price. So it went from me and my boys smoking. True story, smoking Cuban cigars after I found out, the price for all the cigar service was all the cash we would have had for the entire weekend. Probably still wouldn't have covered it. But what we did get was 3 Robert Burns in the tube. Go Robert Burns. And we proceeded to smoke those, probably inhaled more than we should, drank a lot of Molson Triple X's, and threw up profusely. And that started my love affair with cigars. True story.
I like that because there is always that you turn green for us. Is definitely comment below if you've turned green in the beginning and it's like, no, I know this is good and cool and I smell it on the outside. I got to learn how to smoke these. Because even me, like when I took my first puffs, I think a year or 2 went by because I did the same. I inhaled it too fast, hit the back of my throat, and I was like, ah! But I always still knew. It's like, but I knew, like, I got to get my hands on a cigar because I just was thinking of my Uncle Philly.
Yeah. And then you're like, you're after throwing up, oh, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. Woo! So that was exactly it. Matt, that was cool, right? I'm like, yeah, the puking part sucked, but everything else was awesome. So that's sadly how it really started.
Yeah. Just keep talking French to the guy and you get your Cubans.
Yeah. He just looked at me and shook his head. He was like, c'est un imbécile. And he was right, you're an imbecile. He's probably muttering on this, c'est un imbécile. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, no. You're good, you're good, buddy. You're good. I'm like, nah, you were probably right with the imbecile part. Yeah. Guilty as charged.
Were you driving up? Did you drive home?
Yeah, we drove up.
Did you smoke with your buddies in the car on the way back?
No, we didn't smoke any more cigars after that. We took some home, what we could afford. Again, what was in our brain and what was reality.
Yeah, because it wasn't probably even credit cards back then.
No,
actually.
And at that age, I didn't even have a credit. I was 7. My friends were a little bit older than me, but we scraped together our cash. I mean, you're talking when gas was $92 cents a gallon. And, we had some of the luck of the draw because back then, Canadian dollar was like 69 or 70 cents to the dollar. So I was like, woo, we're going here. Fill that car up for $9. Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
It's go time.
Can you believe that we filled up our car for $9? That's true because we graduated high school the same time. And, 90-something cents gas was.
Yep. Boy, do I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually have to say, I don't know what time it is right now. Is it 9:30 or something?
I don't know.
Listen, for me, I feel like it's 1 a.m. I've been going since 5 a.m. So what I'm gonna say right here, right now, we're gonna have to do a part 2 where I can have a proper brain and I can ask Matty Rock proper questions and not be so all over the place because I feel like my eyes are going. Bloop.
Yeah, we don't need you pass out in the middle of the seat. I'm like, Edge. Yeah. That'd be no good. No bueno.
No bueno. Okay, but right now, like I said, I got to get this up and edited in time. But we're approaching Christmas season. It's the holiday season right here, and I have to ask you because since the music portion of this, I know you like rock and metal, but we'll put a pin in that. What about Christmas music? Because
I can't unless we're talking like Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. I can handle stuff like that. But again, as soon as I hear the Christmas music, I'm like, "Arr!" And now we start playing it in October, so you're really like, "Arr!"
yeah,
So
yeah. Christmas.
and look, people have tried on it, right? You get the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, got the dudes from Dream Theater to try to metal it up a bit, but yeah, the Christmas music kind of pains me, and it's because, like I said, it's because they literally started like in October at Halloween time, and I'm like, okay, guys, you're hurting me. You're putting a hurt on me.
Yeah, it hurts me too because when they started before Thanksgiving, I'm like, what? And so I was gonna say, should we listen to instrumental Christmas music or just like wait until closer to Christmas for the? Because it's like, how many more? I love the Mariah Carey song, but it's like I've already heard it 50 times, 100 times, and we're not even like.
Can't do it. Can't do it. No, I hear it. I'm like, ah. The only place I hear it, I'm terrible. Bah humbug is in the stores. It's not being played at the. I just can't do it. Like I said, you're so inundated. It's so in your face. I'm just like, I can't do this.
Well, since you mentioned Run DMC, I love Run DMC. Dumb Girl. Oh, I had them on cassette.
You have to love if you're from New York, you kind of have to love Run DMC a little bit, Rock the Bells, and it's like that. And I'm just doing it in my head because that's the way it is, huh? You just start with some of those songs and you can't help it, or Rock Box or any of that stuff.
Oh, it's the best. I think Dumb Girl had the big drum. They dropped the bass on that one, right? And I don't know.
Now I'm just doing all the Run DMC stuff in my head. It's tricky. And of course, Walk This Way. I mean, we'll go on and on. We'll just have like the Run DMC hour, but that, the Beasties, all that New York rap, right?
But one of my original, because I wish I still had that. Do you have any of your original like cassettes that you actually, when you could remember your first $11 that you earned yourself, which at our age that was a lot of money back then.
I remember some of my cassettes. I had so I have musical ADD. I could be listening to Tom Petty, and the next thing that goes on is Megadeth, then people look at me and be like, he's not going to listen to electronica, but you'd be wrong because I'd have Paul Van Dyke and Oakenfold and Ferry Corsten and stuff like that. So everyone's like, oh, he's ADD in real life and in his music. I'm like, yep, absolutely true.
Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, no, I like jumping around too because also I ask this of a lot of people. Do you know that? Do you feel that you could say yes that classical music like Mozart and Bach contribute to today's music? Like I
mean, it's the backbone to you talk about. It's a backbone to all music.
All
like
right,
even when you talk about instrumental guitar, everything else. You'll hear, do you know paragnatal scales? And you're like, huh? That's stuff that's obviously started in classical music.
Well, you mentioned Dream Theater, so that definitely.
Yeah, and you're talking about guys.
I love
Dream Theater. Just listen to that. It's nuts. They just brought back the actually new album drop in February. Come on, Dream Theater, give me some money. But they have a new album dropping in February. They got the original drummer back, so I'm incredibly Mike Portnoy is just ridiculous. So
I play drums,
that's back.
But very, very just like a hobby.
Awesome. I play guitar and bass poorly, so we can have a very amateurish band. You heard that here first, right?
cigar band, drums, and I play piano, guitar, and drums, but just for my own well-being.
I play. Usually, people give me a couple bucks to stop, but
Yeah, right.
Yeah, some people pay to get money in the pot. People drop money in mine to stop. Whatever works.
All right, so we're closing this out. I definitely want to thank Matty Rock for being here today. He's the man. We talked about the barn smoker. We planted that seed. Him and JD will bring it overseas, and then we could all go to Italy or wherever. And
I have no problem with that idea. And as far as events, for those that don't follow me, easiest place, go on Instagram, Matty Rock, 2K. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to start mentioning some events as we put them on the calendar for next year. And like I said, especially the barn smokers and stuff, truly a great experience. You learn everything. Like I said, think seed to cigar, everything in between. And I'll be throwing a host of other events. Any questions, message me.
100%. Yeah, I'm going to clip that out and get that up in time. JD will be there?
No, JD will not be there.
All right, so we're going to do the final toast. Matty Rock's going to be kind enough to say this with me.
We got this.
Yeah, so here's to cheating. Oh, we don't have anything to toast. This is like...
Salut!
Hey, when I'm on location,
I don't
things
drink,
go
so I'm a
hand
rookie
in-
here, but thank you. So Angela got me this Curiosity
not-
Cola,
we
and I love it over here.
Oh,
Hey!
hey, oh wait.
Hey!
Listen, you don't have to. We don't have to drink. Listen, as Sanj was saying, on this channel, you could we enjoy $4. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. $4 cigars, $40 cigars. We don't have to have spirits. That's not what we're here for. But before we say this, I was gonna say, I love, and I always talk about the factory smokes by Drew Estate. I mean, talk about value and bang for your buck. I mean,
And that's kind of the neatest thing about when you talk about Drew Estate. When you talk about being able, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart, when you talk about being able to find something for every smoker across the line, for the most discerning smokers, for a budget smoker, for an infused smoker, for somebody who wants something Cubanesque, mild, medium, full. When you get to go across all of those different lines and truly be able to say there is something for the cigar crowd to smoke within all these lines, that's absolutely just the coolest thing to be able to say that and mean it from the bottom of your heart. So whether it's from factory smokes to Herrera Esteli, to Liga Privada, to Underground, to a to a tobacco with your coffee in the morning, that really means something that you can go. You have everything. There's something for every single palate. I've always said it. I always live by it, and it's if you know Drew Estate, you know that to be the truth. Literally something across every line.
Oh yeah, that's why I from when I started smoking, I think the first Drew Estates I was ever introduced to was the Underground Connecticut shade, and that my friend gave me, and once I dove deeper into the whole line.
See what these non-spirits make you do. We can party.
Me too.
Yikes!
I'm telling you, he's got you. You should be on SNL. You got some good. Character imitations there. I love it.
I'm well skilled in being annoying. It's true. Very well skilled.
Accents and characters you got down. But yeah, one of the first ones I ever had was Drew Estate, and when I dove deeper into the whole brand, the line, I was like, wow.
Yeah, and you'll get like that. People be like
T52 and all that.
Yep. So then you go the Liga Privada. Like I said, there's so many lines to go through: the Acid line, the Liga line, the Underground line, the Herrera Esteli line, Nico Rustica. I mean, go on and on and on. And like I said, every price point and every palette. And I think that's so important because the brand shares back inclusivity with what your palette is, and that's super important to me.
Cheers to that. So we're going to end that right on. We're going to cheers to that.
Salud.
So here's to
cheating, fighting, stealing, and drinking. If you cheat, may you cheat death.
If you steal, may you steal the heart of people you love.
If you fight, may you fight for your friends.
And if you drink, may you drink us together. A la santé.
Santé. Bah.
And cheers to you.
Salut. Happy holidays, everybody. Much love. Hope to see you soon in an event.
We'll see you
next time. Peace.